So, welcome to the info session on the polarity yoga cleanse and jaw wag for the new moon. The thing about this is that I really want to get clear right up front. This is not about the body. This is not about the body. This is about energy. So I guess we could say this is about the energy body. So it could be about the body, but it's about the energy body. And everyone who's here right now has worked with me before on masterminding. And so we know that everything starts out as energy. Actually, everything is energy. But anything that we develop in the physical starts out as energy, right? A thought moves to a feeling sense, and from there it comes into the physical. And so, talking about energy flow is kind of like, it's like talking about the wind, you know, you don't see it, but you can feel it when it's there, and when it's not there you can feel it as well. So in the same way, our bodies and in our bodies and in our life, at times we might feel energy flowing, right? We might feel it flowing, and other times we might feel a blockage. And so what we're going to be doing when we do our new moon spring cleanse and jaw wag is we're going to be moving physical energy. Yes, we're going to be doing polarity yoga. We're going to be doing some physical work, but this physical work that we're doing is to unblock ourselves at the core and allow the body's energy flow to move through the chakras, to flow through the chakras. And I have a little visual aid here. This is only a portion of what it is. I see a smile there. You know, I love this. It's not going to be like on split screen or share screen. I haven't done that. But here's how the energy flows through the body. And this is just a little bit of it, right? But this is what we're working with. We are working with the body's energy when we do this. And you can see this was in Dr. Stone published these pictures. Dr. Stone is the founder, the discoverer of polarity, and he published all this in 1947. You know how I feel, truth is eternal. So in 1947, before we were all talking about our chakras and our auras and our this and our that, he had it. Do you see the chakras there? He's got the chakras, he's got it all. So this and the energy exercises that he developed are to move the energy through the energy body, through the chakras, to unblock us at our core and allow what those of us who run energy, to allow what we would call cosmic and earth energy to flow, to move through the chakras, to flow. And the energy moves from the center, and then it moves back out, right? So it goes to the core, it moves back out, and then it comes back in. Think of two magnetic poles, right? Think of two magnets. And this is what we want. Now, when there's a blockage in the energy field, let's just talk about the energy field right now, right? When there's a blockage in the energy field, it means that the areas become stagnant, right? And it's lost its magnetic charge. Well, eventually, the energy that flows in that area is going to become less, right? There's going to be minimal energy. And most of the energy around the blockage, right, it gets a little, and then the energy either has to move around the blockage or hang out. What I kind of learned when I first started doing energy work, it usually hangs out kind of above, creating this sense of pressure in the body. But there was something else I wanted to say about that. The energy moves, the blockage. Oh, so eventually that will become a physical symptom. That's what I wanted to say about that. We're just starting out with energy here. And, we got to wonder, I learned years ago when I first started doing energy work 40 years ago, was that when there's something going on with someone, they say, oh, I heard here, the blockage is usually a little bit above. It's usually above where they're feeling it. So think of all the people, who've got stuff going on. And then if there's a headache, what are we not, right? What's going on? What's going on? Now, yes, there's hormones, there's this, there's that. And that is, and actually, if we think about the hormonal stuff, that is a blockage. That energy is wanting to move up through and move through. So just interesting. So a blockage in energy means that the areas become stagnant. It's lost that magnetic charge. And so what polarity does when we're doing this kind of work, we're going to feel sometimes, if the energy is blocked, we'll feel some pressure, right? We'll feel some pressure around where it's blocked. If we're energy sensitive, we'll know it immediately. Now, this is really interesting, you guys. I had a client call me. I don't work much anymore, so I hadn't seen her in quite a while. But I had been working with her for over 17 years because the first time she had a cancer diagnosis, her mother came to her in her dream and told her, "Get to the doctor. There's something going on. You need to see a doctor." This is 17 years ago. She reminded me of this. She came by yesterday. I got to work on her. Anyway, then second time came back, she knew it, she felt it. She said, "Doesn't feel right." She went, sure enough. This time, so she's been seeing her oncologist. It's been 17 years. She's doing fine. She is living fine with cancer. Right. Okay. But anyway, my point is, this time she said to me, "Elizabeth, and it just didn't feel right." And we've been working together for a long time. She knows flow. She knows energy. She said, "It just didn't feel right. And I wasn't supposed to have another CAT scan or go to the doctor for another month." And she said, I went, and sure enough, but she felt the block, right? She knew that or she didn't feel the flow. I'm not going to say she felt the block. Let's go with when we don't feel the flow, because we know what it feels like when we are in the flow. We know what it feels like when it's flowing. And what happens is, I think gradually we start kind of coming, we forget what we really feel like. We forget who we really are. I'm not just talking physically, I'm talking energetically as well. And then from there, we just kind of accept it, and things kind of get a little different. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about what polarity does. It reaches when we're doing this work, and the energy exercises, the polarity yoga, and polarity itself. But the yoga, what I've noticed is it reaches into the stress patterns that we hold, right? Those deeply held stress patterns, and whether they are energetic, right? Whether they're mental, whether they're physical, however we're holding them, right? What we're doing when we're doing these exercises is we're helping to release the resistance and to promote, I'll call it receptivity, right? Allowing the body, the mind, the spirit to come into receptivity, to come into a higher alignment. And when the blockages or the resistance, call it what you like, is released, there's a sense of vitality, there's a sense of balance, and it's natural, right? It just comes naturally. It's subtle, but it is. And for those of you who have done this work with me, and some of you have done it, did years and years ago, it is subtle, but I've never had anyone tell me I never had anyone not say something after doing polarity yoga with me. I've never had anyone not say anything like, so, I doubt anyone's ever come up and say, "Gee, I felt a blockage dissolve," or "Gee," but they will say, I can feel my energy flowing," or it's been described to me as a tingle, or an opening, or a release, or a relief, or just better, or just more optimistic, right? This is how it gets described to me when it goes on. And so this is what's going on in the energy body when we do this, right? Because everything's energy first. And then from there, it moves into the other systems of the body, right? The circulatory system, the blood, the lymph, all of that follows suit as the energy flows. So what gets to end up happening is there's nourishment and there's elimination for what doesn't need to be there. So what needs to be nourished gets nourished. What doesn't need to be there gets eliminated. And I actually tried it. I did some stuff yesterday. I had some stuff. A friend made me cookies. Let's just be real here. A friend made me cookies, and they were really good, but they were sweetened with they were sweetened with ethanol, I think, or so, one of those, and which fabulous. But oh my God, my stomach! Oh, my stomach! And of course, I didn't eat a cookie. Right? They were really good. But anyway, there I am, and my stomach's hurting. So I started doing the polarity exercises for the third chakra, for the heat building center, and to get the fire going, and to get my digestive fires going, and to get things moving. And so I did that. And what ended up happening, and I didn't do them, like, whoa, 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 no. I mean, it doesn't have to be huge, right? But what happened with that was I felt better. I felt better, because what's happening when we do this movement is we're encouraging all of the electromagnetic energy to flow, right? So the stagnant areas, come into a state of balance. And then that in turn, I mean, when my belly hurt, I was not the happiest of campers, and I wasn't achieving much or accomplishing much. Once that moved, I came into a state of balance, right? And then with that, my physiology felt better. I felt better, psychologically, I felt better. My physical structure, everything felt better. And when I say physical structure, I'm not kidding. I couldn't stand up straight without it hurting. And so everything shifted, everything shifted. So when we're doing this, like I said, it doesn't have to be like, ooh, that's not, no. Yes, we can get into those kind of states and stances sometimes when we do this, but there's 3 different types of energy and movement that we are going to be working with, and they have Sanskrit names, but basically the first one is stavic. Okay, stavic, Stavvic, and that's my favorite when I'm working on clients, when I'm getting worked on, and when I'm doing my work. It's very calming, it's very soothing, it's a very light touch. That's one. And at the end, those of you who have done this with me before, when we lay on our side and we hold, that's that. Okay. Then there's a stimulating touch that tends to kind of gently stir the energy. And that's what I did with myself yesterday. And that's Rajasic, I believe is Rajasic. So again, it's you can pronounce it probably better than I do, but it's a very stimulating touch, and it gets things moving, right? And that's when we're bouncing and things like that. And then there's an even deeper kind of focus and touch that I've done on some of you when I've done fire sessions on you. And I couldn't do this one on myself yesterday because I was too tender in the belly, but this is Tamasic. That one I know how to pronounce. And that's Tamasic. And Tamasic is sometimes needed to really move energy where crystallization is formed, where it's been it's been crystallized, and we need to break up the energy. And for some of you, if I've ever worked on you where I've got my fingers on either side of your belly, and then I've gone up and I've done it here. Now, of course, we're going to do this exercise wise. We're going to do this in movement wise, but that would be more of a Tamasic touch. Okay. And so what happens is we break up that crystallization, and then the energy moves through that area and it carries away the energy that's been accumulated. So that's what we're doing in the physical with this. And we're going to be doing this, for 10 days, right? We're going to be doing this for 10 days. And if you can't make it in the morning, that's okay. You're going to do it at some point. Again, it is an energetic movement that we're doing where the physical affects the energetic. Right? Everything affects everything, but we know what we're talking about. So one of the things that I suggest that you do is to set an intention for the cleanse, to set an intention to facilitate a breakthrough. Whatever it is that you might feel like you want to have it, wherever you want to have a breakthrough, and you don't even have to know what it is. You don't have to know what it is, right? Because as we know, divine love heals everything, and spiritual healing is miraculous, and there is no order of miracles to the divine. So let's set an intention, and what will happen is our intention is going to manifest a breakthrough as we commune with that higher resonance of our own self, right? When we're doing this work. So when we look at the polarity, the work that we're doing, what's been said is it's a fast for the ego and a feast for the spirit, which I just love. I just love that. So, you can look at this as a spiritual quest for yourself. You can look at it as a way to, really get in touch with your higher intelligence, to get, to ask for some guidance, to get some healing. But what you're going to be letting go of some stuff, and you're going to be sacrificing some time, an hour a day, right? And maybe you're going to be doing the food part of it too. I really don't care I want you to do the exercises, whether you're doing it with me or on your own. I don't care. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the protocol for the food, and the tea I highly recommend, and the shake I highly recommend. But I think you'll notice as you do this, because your energy gets higher, you are going to go toward a more alkaline, a healthier diet. But I just want to say, whatever it is that you choose to do, you will be sacrificing maybe some time, or you might be sacrificing some foods. There's some drinks that you usually like to have. Again, really don't care. It's up to you. That's your gig. But what I do want us to remember is that the word sacrifice at its core means to make sacred, right? So when we're doing a polarity cleanse, we are sacrificing what might be our usual morning routine, right? Or our usual exercise or non-exercise habit, right? To cultivate, more receptivity from what Dr. Stone says is the innate intelligence. It's the innate intelligence of nature. It's the innate intelligence of the cosmos, and we're doing this for healing and for insight and for realizations and for bodily renewal. This is why we do this. And so this is what we do. We do our energy exercises. We do a polarity tea if you choose to. We do a polarity shake if you choose to. And we eat a pretty clean alkaline diet, again, if you choose. Now, there's a liver flush cocktail that we do after we exercise. And I can't remember if I sent you the recipe for it or not, but if not, I'll send it to you. Maybe I'll even make one and do a little video. You know how much I love doing my hand bottling. So we'll see about that. But it's all that the liver flush is, and it's 4 to 8 ounces. More is not better with this stuff. Okay, more is not better. It's just some olive oil or almond oil or sesame oil, whichever, really clean. And again, I'll send this to you. I'm just telling you. And then, so just 2 tablespoons of that. And then 2 medium-sized cloves of garlic. This is what I put in my blender. And then equal amounts of fresh ginger, right? Of the same, about 1 inch long. And I peel the ginger. And I just use a potato peeler to peel my ginger. It's really easy. And then 1 peeled organic grapefruit or orange, and 1 peeled organic lemon or lime. You put it in, and I also put cayenne pepper in it. I put cayenne pepper in it to kind of stimulate peristalsis and stuff. Anyway, you go for it, right? You blend it and you drink it. And I really enjoy it. I love the polarity shake. So that we do after our exercise, right? After we do our polarity yoga. Then after that, we do a polarity cleansing tea. And I've been doing the tea, and I really like it. I used to make my tea. Now I just order it from Eleonora in Georgia, and I'll give you all that information. And she sent it to me. And her tea is lovely. But if you wanted to make your own, again, I'll give you the recipe and I'll send it to you. It is ginger root, fennel or anise, flax, fenugreek, and licorice root, and then some peppermint. And I really enjoy the tea as well. So it's best to drink the tea right after you drink your shake, and it's best to drink the tea hot. The other thing just to remember, because I learned this the hard way, citrus can be hard on tooth enamel, so you might want to rinse your mouth after you take the liver flush, just because, tooth enamel and stuff. So we drink 4 to 8 ounces of the tea right after the liver flush. And then if you want to drink the tea throughout the day, go ahead. If that's your call. So what was the other thing I wanted to say about this? As far as the food goes, it's pretty much what Dr. Norm says. If your grandparents didn't eat it, don't eat it. That's pretty much what we're looking at here. But it's alkaline foods, right? It's alkaline foods. The other thing is that Dr. Stone and Edgar Casey had in common was that you drink your food and chew your beverages, meaning chew. You really chew a lot to get the digestion going in the mouth. So whatever it is that you want to do. You can steam your veggies, you can eat them raw, whatever it is. I always like to make a soup. And they talk about making a soup with character, meaning like carrot and dill, or celery and onion, or beet and lemon, you know? And again, I will send you information on that. They prefer that we don't do grains or beans or starchy vegetables, potatoes, winter squash. It's not winter, are those, because sometimes what we used to do is we do a polarity cleanse spring and fall. That's where we're talking about the winter vegetables. But any alkaline forming food, right? That's what they want you to do. Now they also suggest no starches, no animal protein, no dairy, no grains. Now I'm not going to do it like that. I'm just telling you that right now. I know I'm still going to have my usual yogurt breakfast that I do, and my chia seeds, because I know that is what I'm going to do. But other than that, it's pretty much how I eat. Yes, Sarah, you have a question.
Do you eat after the tea? Like you wait a couple hours after the whole cleanse thing?
Yeah, I do.
Or something?
I do. I wait. I do, because the oil from the shake will carry you for a while. So what I usually do is I wait, and then I wait until to see just if maybe I'm going to have a little release there, and then I eat.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the shake, is it just the juice from the orange or the grapefruit, or the whole
thing? Peel it, and put the whole thing in there.
Okay.
So you get all the bioflavonoids, really good, helps move things out, helps clean things, kind of like a magnet for toxicity. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions about that? I'll send you guys a list. I'll send everyone a list of the food. And again, that is your choice. Far be it for me to tell anyone what to eat or how to eat it. My God, I've been trying to tell myself that my whole life, and it doesn't work. So just do what works for you. There's no right or wrong. The only thing that I would say is, when possible, organic. Right? When possible, organic. That's kind of where I would go. Right?
Yeah. Elizabeth, so you said you do the liver shake after the exercise.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And then follow with the hot tea.
And then I follow with the tea. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I let a couple hours.
I let my tea steep a good long time. Yeah. So like this morning, I got up and made the tea, and I bought a little thing at Cost Plus where I just put the tea in there, because I had little bags for it that she sent, but I gave them away. So I bought a thing at Cost Plus, this little mesh thing, and I just put the tea in there and kept it in my my mug for about 20 minutes and just really let it steep. Let the tea steep. So you can even make the tea if you want before you start your exercise, and that way it's really going to be nice and strong, right?
How much of the tea do you use for the cup?
Good question. 1 teaspoon.
Teaspoon.
One
teaspoon.
Teaspoon.
Really?
Yeah.
1 teaspoon for 8 ounces.
Yes. And actually I did 20 ounces and did 2 teaspoons, because I thought Ivan might want some. I actually had more. I had 2 cups of tea this morning, and I really enjoyed it. I felt so just clear. Not because the body had cleared, but I just felt, I don't know, I was surprised that I felt that clear after it, But
well, I'm glad you have a source for it, because making it ourselves is a little tough.
It's a lot of work. And the cool thing about her, let me see, I have an email from her. Let me get it, and I'll tell you what she said, and I'll send this to everyone as well. So I've ordered from her, and so has Kemi's ordered from her. Let's see here. Eleonora. Her name is Eleonora. Here we go. This is what I love, you guys. Are you ready for this? Her name is Eleonora Lipton. See, it just kind of cracks me up. Anyway, so what she said, I asked her, I said, do you have any special tips for people when we're talking about that? And she said, what she does is she actually uses a coffee pot, and she has her own Mr. Coffee that she uses just for that. I doubt we're going to do that. Otherwise, we fill up you have a little cotton bag, and or whatever it is. If you get it from her, she'll send you the bag. You pour the water. She says let it steep for 15 minutes minimum. I prefer longer, do it to your taste. She has nice mint in there, and so I liked it longer. This is the other thing, and this is why I asked her, I said, will you please tell me, because you told me some stuff that I forgot. Her herbs are specially cleansed with the healing process she learned from a Chinese doctor to purify the herbs and enhance their qualities and flavor. I have to say, I felt like that was true. And then she said, if you want the tea, please have people contact me directly. And I have her name, her phone number, and her email. So I am going to see if I can put this in our chat here.
So we could drink this tea if we like it. I mean, you could drink it.
I'm going to continue to drink the tea. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And just continue doing a little, a nice little, what would it be called? Little cleanse all the time. I can't find my, let me see, let me try this, see if I can put it in chat. Not my, I can do it. So here is her information. Edit, paste. Here she is. And she said, if you send her an email, please also call her and just let her know. And what she does is you pay her by PayPal. And I believe it's $10 shipping and then $30 for a big thing of tea, I think, or 20 or 30 bucks. I can't remember because I bought 2 big things.
Did you press send on the chat?
I don't see the chat.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't press send. I was so proud of myself.
You did a good job.
So just send her an email and say, hi, I'm a friend of Elizabeth's, want to get the tea. And let me just see, let me see if I can find the other one from her where she talks about how much it is. Let's see. Oh man, I can't believe I don't have, oh, here it is. Here it is. Hold on. I saw it there. Okay, here it is. So send you this as well. Here is what you're going to want to put in your little email when you send it to her. Hold on, chat. Paste. Send. There you go. And I got mine in 2 days. Not bad. She sent it. I mean, she sent it out there. So I got 2 bags. So I got it for 70 instead of 40, right? I got 35 a bag instead. So that's that. So there's the tea. If you want to make your own, you can, but I say, why? Why? Plus, I have to say, I have made my own in the past, and hers is a lot better. Mine was not good. Hers was a lot better. Now, when I'm going to send this, I'm going to send this Zoom to people. Will they be able to see the chat, you guys, or do I need to send them the chat separately? Do we know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't think that the
I don't think
chat
they'll
is
see the
not
chat.
visible. No, I think it's better that you.
Okay. All right. Then I'll send that I'll send that to them as well. So what we're going to be doing is we'll be meeting at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm going to be up here. We're going to do we're going to do the polarity yoga. We're going to start out pretty gentle, and then we'll get a little more, a little more rajastic as we go along. But it's, again, the other thing that Dr. Stone says, and that Bruce says, is that you don't need more than 30 minutes of this. It doesn't have to be intense. It doesn't have to be, this big, huge deal. And what's so interesting? I was talking to, I was eavesdropping as the guy who was my physical therapist after I got my hip replaced. He was talking to someone else and I was listening, and he was telling this girl, and he was doing a one-legged squat. he is my age,
Good.
and he was doing this one-legged squat, and he said to her, you know, this is what I do. This is all I do. And it takes me about 20 minutes every morning to do my routine. That's all I do. He doesn't go to a gym. He doesn't lift weights. He said it takes out 20 minutes to half an hour to do his routine. And that's all he does. And this guy is amazing. So I'm thinking, that's why I was like, hello, whenever I do polarity yoga, I feel fabulous. Why am I thinking about, you know, this, that, and the other? So, I mean, yeah, if we have specific things we want to work on or work through, and I love yoga and I love the way I feel after it, all of that. But I'm just saying what I think what Dr. Stone was saying is pretty right on. Dr. Stone lived and studied in India for years. This is in the 20s and 30s, right? That he was doing this before everyone, you know, before everyone was doing it. Here's some of his stuff. It's all handwritten, right? All of his stuff is written by hand. And with that, he's talking about the human body. So it's just kind of cool. This is the 5-pointed star in the human body, nature's geometric keyboard of body lines, force, and their reflexes. This is Bruce Berger's book, Esoteric Anatomy, if anyone wants to do any more research on this. It's pretty cool. I mean, Bruce is a cool guy. You know, I've talked about Bruce before. I adore Bruce. And you can see, I mean, it's so interesting. Look at all the underlining I have. It's like, Elizabeth, why even underline? Just say this page, right? But anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing. That is what we are going to be doing. Here's Dr. Stone. He's adorable. So that's it. This is Dr. Stone's gig. So with that said, any questions, anything that you...
What's his last name?
Oh, Bruce Berger. Bruce Berger.
And you will record each
Yes.
session? Great.
I will record each session and I will send them out. Yeah.
So if I can't join in the morning at 8 one day, then I will have it and I can do it later in the day.
Exactly. You can do it anytime you want to do it. Yeah, I did it before we got together here. I went, yeah, and it's so easy, right? I did it on my living room floor. Good enough. And I didn't do everything. I just did stuff to get my brain involved, my brain and my body engaged. And it's a very polarity thing. I sat cross-legged, crossed my arms, and had my opposite hands hold the, you know, and it got my brain engaged. I did a couple little other things and I was good to go because, you know, it was Sunday and I was kind of sluggy. Yeah.
You said we're going to do 30 minutes.
Yep.
And then will there be anything after that, or we'll just end at 30 minutes?
No, we'll do 30 minutes and then anyone who can stay, right? Then maybe we'll do 30 minutes and we could go get our tea or something. I don't know. But the way that I had it planned was that we do 30 minutes and maybe we have our shakes ready beforehand, right? So we do 30 minutes, we have our shakes ready or not. Again, we know I'm not big on rules. And then we come back and we have our shakes. I want to talk about the card of the day, right? And the both cards of the day, the energy of the day. I want to talk a little bit about A Course in Miracles and just how to kind of bring all that in for the day and meditation. So that would be, you know, probably 20, 30 more minutes. And if you need to leave, you need to leave. It'll be recorded. I'm not attached.
Yeah, I think when I've got Ryan, I'll have to leave after the 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, you have to take him to school. Yeah.
Football, yeah. And then but I want to listen and, you know, hear all the other stuff. So
yeah, and I'm going to be talking about some of Dr. Stone's I'm going to be talking about polarity. I'm going to be talking about some of Dr. Stone's principles, especially the principles that he has of the chakras and the elements. You know, when we do yoga and I have us do our foot massage and I talk about ether, air, that's all Dr. Stone. That's all Dr. Stone. So we'll be talking about that as well. And then if there's anything that anyone wants me to cover, I'm happy to do that too, because I'm a know-it-all. I think I know it all. And if I don't, I'll figure it out somehow, or I'll find someone who knows, or someone who can make the tea for us. Whatever it is, it's not fun. We'll find someone who likes doing that and finds it fun. So yeah, so that's it. And then we're starting, the good news, I think, is that we're starting on a Saturday. Now, I didn't choose it because it was a Saturday. I chose it because it was the new moon.
Mm.
And the new moon is when you want to start something new. And the full moon's when you want to complete something. So I thought that was really cool. And then the investment of 108 is because that's Dr. Stone's, that's a polarity thing as well, to do 108 ohms at the full moon for completion and conclusion of whatever it is that you would like. And 108 equals 9. And 9 is the energy of uplifting, right? It's a universal energy. So it's a universal upliftment. So that's why I thought that was kind of cool. So everything's there's, you know, there's a method to all this madness. And again,
I think there's 108 oops. Yeah. I think there's 108 beads on the meditation beads.
Yes, and on a rosary too.
Oh, okay.
108. Yeah.
Oh, they got that right. Yay.
Yeah, look at you. You know,
yay, Catholic. No, just kidding.
What's so interesting about this was just 2 weeks ago in Mastermind, I was sitting there with Sarah and Tori, and I said, you know, I think I want to do a polarity cleanse, like a really, like, you know, a new moon spring cleanse. I haven't done it in quite a few years. And so they masterminded it for me. And here we are. Right?
Cool.
Form follows thought. So there's a lot to be said for having a supportive group of people who believe, even when you just kind of think it might be fun, but who believe it and see it. And for me, as far as doing energy work and physical work as well, that moves into energy work, I enjoy it more when I do it with people. So for me, this is thank you. I love to have you. It's selfish as well. I like to share what I know, and I like to work out with other people. So there it is. This isn't really working out. I'm gonna have to find another word for it. So as far as payment goes, you can Venmo me, you can PayPal me, you can send me a check, you can give me a credit card, whatever works for you. Just let me know what you did so I can be expecting it.
Okay.
What else? I think that's it. If you don't hear back from Eleonora about the tea, like right away, make sure you call her and say, I'm sending you an email with all of my information. Okay. Because what happened was Kemi just emailed her and Eleanor didn't see it. So then I got on the phone, and then it happened immediately. And I told her to be expecting stuff, but she said, please have people call. So, and again, that's something that I'll send to people who aren't on the call. I actually am going to take a picture of that thing that I sent so people can have it, that chat. I'll send a picture of the chat. All right. What else, girls? What else? Anything else?
Yeah, 19 ounces for that price. I mean, that's not a bad price. That's a lot of tea.
It's not bad. Everything's organic. And, you know, she's a polarity practitioner. So I'm going to take a picture here of this. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm looking at the website, the Path for Wholeness. I have a lot of information here.
Oh, good. Okay. Good. You know me, I just kind of, so there, I'll send that out so everyone has it. And yeah, let's get this party started. It's spring. Let's spring into it. Why not? Okay.
Why not?
All right. Any other questions? Anything? Are we good?
I think we're good.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to stop recording. Thank you for your time. I always really appreciate people's time. But let me see. How do I stop the video here? Well, I wanted to say like sweet dreams, Adrian, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know how. Let me just see if I can do it. I don't know how. So just know I appreciate your time. I love you. And I will send out the Zoom. We're going to use the same Zoom for the whole time, right? It's going to be the same Zoom
link
for everything. What's that, honey?
The same link?
Yeah, same link for all 10 days.
Okay.
Not this one. I'll send it out.
Okay. The new one you sent. Okay.
Yeah.
Like a recurring meeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And
Nice to see everybody.
I look forward to cleansing and releasing and being fabulous with y'all.
Yay.
Take care.
All at the same time. Yay.
Bye.
Thank you.
So it is. Bye.
Good night, girls.